Hello, this is my level Blockout in Unreal Engine. It is a level which you will be going through and attacking a small army of soldiers. They have captured some of your allies and put them in the Colosseum there, and they also have some of your allies in there, and the blue indicates that they are unable to fight once you save them. So you have some allies here who will be shooting catapults at the enemies, and the enemies will also be firing back at you. You're some sort of rebel group that has escaped. That makes sense to me, and you have many ways to approach this environment. You can either go up top here, eliminate those guys and shoot those guys with a bow and arrow or something like that, or you can choose to cross the drawbridge and fight them head on with your other allies over here. Alternatively, you could go up to this tower here. You can't actually access it in the Blockout, but I feel like in the actual game I would add that and add a route up there to be able to take shots at the enemies. So let's just play the game. So these are the catapults here, you got the enemies, there's the flame sound effects for some reason, but yeah. When you go over to the drawbridge, it pulls the lever and the drawbridge comes down very smoothly. And then you cross the bridge. This is when all the allies would also cross the bridge with you, and there would be a big melee battle with lots of swords and stuff. I've also put lots of swords on the ground. They're very hard to notice, to be honest, but I just wanted to try see how foliage would work, as something that isn't actual foliage, and I guess it came out alright. But yeah, so you would enter the Colosseum and then you would free your allies in there who have been kidnapped. These are seemingly just Roman soldiers, and then you're probably gladiators or something like that. But yeah, then you would destroy these catapults, and once you have destroyed the catapults you would move down to this area, which is the main landmark, I guess that's the right word for the level. And you would come up here and there would be a big boss fight where he's withholding 3 hostages, and once you kill the boss you would save the hostages. And then there are some boats down here which you can use to escape. So once you would save the hostages, you come down to the riverbank here and you would jump in this boat here, and it actually goes along the river. This level would be mainly just a small sort of siege level where you just kind of do a big assault on an enemy. It could be the last part of a mission where you're just about to escape and need to save the final allies. There would probably be more environments over here you've just completed, and then you come through here and this is the final zone. You set up your catapults with your allies and then you attack. Yeah. So the Colosseum and the kind of temple are the two main landmarks where you would attack. You'd have a big fight here, and then you come down here, you'd have them guys shooting at you, you'd have them guys shooting at you, and you'd have to try and maneuver around or attack them, whatever you want to do. And then this is the main boss fight area. He would probably be quite a tanky enemy with a lot of health and probably does a one-shot attack. And whatever friends that came along the way, if they managed to survive the attacks, they would probably assist you in the fight. And then there'll probably be something to show that this boat here is the boat you want to get in, because these boats are all static meshes. This is the only one that's a blueprint, but maybe that could be changed. So yeah, and then it's I would assume you'd go through here and then there'd be another zone, or maybe even the end of the mission there. This is where the river would continue, but for some reason I haven't let it flow through with the landscape, but oh well. But yeah, it's quite a simple map really. There's not a lot to it, but it seems quite a compact like level with a lot of stuff in it and a lot of ways to tackle it. Like you could go up high, you could just face them head on. You know, there's a lot of different ways to go through it. And the reason I did a drawbridge here that separates very clearly the two sides of the map is because I wanted the player to kind of see that you know, there's a choice if you want to pull down the drawbridge immediately or not. You could, you know, go up high and try and reduce the numbers of the enemies before moving in, or you could just pull the drawbridge straight away, and that kind of like shows that, you know, this is when it's going to get serious, when the drawbridge drops, because that's when there's no barrier between the two opposing sides. I thought that would be quite interesting. I also forgot to mention that once you destroy the enemy catapults, more catapults would come in on the Allied side, and then they would like attack the Colosseum and destroy it, or try their best to destroy the Colosseum, because you're basically like rebelling against these Roman soldiers. I intentionally made it quite a small map because I wanted it to, you know, have more depth, not just a wide open space which is walking for a significant amount of the level. Instead of that, it's more like just fighting all the time, and then there's a constant pressure to keep moving to the end, and when you finally defeat the boss, it'll be like very rewarding because you'll have all your friends again and you can escape in the boat and go to the next area, or, you know, the end of the game, whatever it may be. But yeah, I quite like the aesthetics of the map. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, obviously if it had a little bit more landscape, you know, to kind of show that it's a real world, it would look really good. But since it's a blockout, you only need this little zone, which is like the full level. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the blockout. Thanks for watching, and yeah, that's all.